Hey y'all, I'm Heather and welcome to my channel, The Deputy Quilter. Today we're talking about quilt math for Gnome-ster Moon once again for the large blocks. That's right, it's time to do the large blocks. Finally, we're almost done. Ugh, I'm both relieved and sorry to be finishing this project. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. It could go either way. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be happy when it's done. That's what matters. So let's get into it. What I did with the large blocks, since again they came out smaller, I cut a bunch of 2-inch strips and once again cut them down to the proper size. If you hear paper ripping, that's a happy baby over there. Now, there were some that came out even smaller than I actually anticipated. So these got 2.5-inch strips and cut down. This one I probably could have done 2-inch strips, but this was 2.5. This was 2, if I remember correctly. And this one was 2. And then I had that one medium block that got away from me that I went ahead and finished with 2.5-inch blocks, or 2.5-inch strips. I promise I can talk. Now, let's get into finishing these blocks. So where do we start when we are making our frames? We start with cutting the strips we need, obviously. So let's get going on that. These first few blocks are the ones that are the odd sizes that I had to cut a little bit bigger strips for in order to make them turn out the correct size. And how did I find the correct sizes, you might ask? I had to measure my blocks. I did so by laying them out and doing them one at a time. And as you can see, I still didn't get it quite right, and we need to trim this one down just a little bit of excess off of those strips. In case you're wondering, I'm sewing the strips on this way so that I can keep track of all those seams and make sure none of them get flipped on me. It's happened before. Alright, it's time to get the uniform blocks, so now we've gotten through all of the odd sizes. So what I've done is cut a bunch of 2-inch strips and we're attaching them to the two opposite sides of the blocks. And oh, here we are at that lovely pressing board again. Let's get these all pressed out and nice so we can add the other two sides. Alright, I have exhausted my supply of 2-inch strips. It's time to cut some more. I have already measured my block sizes with the two side pieces on and discovered the length. Now I'm just cutting the strips for the opposite sides and we'll be good to go. Time to add those strips. Time to press one more time before we trim these blocks down to the correct size. And here we are, the last step. Let's get these trimmed down to a 9-inch block, and we'll see you at the end. All right, y'all. We've done it. We're finished. We've got all of them. They're beautiful and ready to be set into their final setting, where I can just sew them all together, decide if I want to add a border. Leave me a comment if you think I should or should not. I'm taking all of your opinions into account on borders, but I did want to flesh out a couple of things. These were ones that came out odd sizes. What I did with these was measure the individual block and decide what size strip I was going to use on the fly. All the rest of these, just to be safe, I cut to 2-inch strips, measured my blocks, which were all pretty much uniform, and cut them to the size I needed. Now, I also know that y'all saw some of those strips weren't quite long enough, but you know what? I wasn't worried about that because I was going to trim them down anyway. It didn't make any never mind to me. So, got them all trimmed up and all finished. And next time, we'll be laying them out and assembling the quilt. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Have a great week. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.